join me in welcoming Dr. Mote.
Well, thank you very much. That was a very long introduction. I think I took up most of my 7 minutes. But thank Dean Crouch and members of the platform party. Katie Heinemann, thank you for a great speech as a student speaker, a distinguished student speaker. Graduates, parents, family, friends, what a glorious evening this is actually for everyone. Commencement is really a great university tradition that always works. No matter what happens, commencement is great. I used to say at the University of Maryland, it was the only thing we did that we just could not screw up, was commencement. So congratulations really to all you graduating Gophers for passing this milestone. I think you've heard it now, you'll hear it over again, but it's actually very true. Now some of you know what you're going to do next, and others are still thinking about it. However, rest assured, whichever group you fall in, it's going to work out. This has been on for centuries at least. You're graduating from a really, truly fine university, which places you among the top graduates in the world. Because you have been a fine student for a very long time, you probably felt you had very little time to play around, take chances, and risk a blemish on your record. Everyone urged you to do the right thing. You were told that doing the right thing is necessary to get to the top. So you did the right thing, and here you are today at the top. But there are really two questions in the background here. First, is doing the right thing all the time necessary to succeed? And maybe more importantly, does doing the right thing all the time even lead to great success itself? Now, some people simply refuse to do the right thing, to do what other people expect of them. Of course, many of them do not graduate from fine universities. Many are flipping burgers at McDonald's or other kind of dropouts, which not many of us really want to do. However, some, say like Steve Jobs or Bill Gates, Sergey Brin, they create companies like Apple, Microsoft, and Google. And reaching even a lot higher than that, others, like the most famous scientist in world history, Charles Darwin, was told by his father, "You will be a disgrace to yourself and all your family." That was after he had dropped out of 2 universities by the age of 20 and then sailed off to the Galapagos where he conceived the theory of evolution. Or there was John Harrison, described pejoratively in English history as a carpenter. In the 18th century, Harrison designed a clock that was accurate to 5 seconds over an ocean voyage sailing from England to the West Indies and back. That clock was the key to his ultimately winning the Longitude Prize for determining the longitude of a ship at sea, the greatest navigation problem of that time. Even the Royal Observatory that was founded by King Charles II specifically to solve the longitude problem failed because it used astronomy and it neglected that cloudy skies in the North Atlantic render the stars invisible for navigation, a mistake that none of you Gophers, I'm sure, would make. And then there was this young Swiss fellow who dropped out of high school because of his dislike for rote teaching methods. His teachers described him as lazy, slow, and dreamy. He failed several subjects and was denied admission to the Swiss Federal Polytechnic. Despite having no high school diploma or university credentials and his refusing to do the right thing all the time, Albert Einstein created the theory of general relativity, discovered quantum mechanics, and the equivalence of mass and energy. These people all refused to do what others expected of them. They worked out at the edges of their fields. But then the frontiers never lie in the middle, only at the edges. The edges are lonely places. They are high-risk places. They're easily criticized places where most people, especially top students, are afraid to go. Einstein once said, "If your idea is not at first considered absurd, there'll never be any hope for it." Doing the right thing reduces criticism, pushes you toward the middle, and away from the absurd, away from the edges. Essentially, all forces of society push high achievers toward the middle. Our reward system pushes high achievers toward the middle with admission to top universities. memberships in honor societies, scholarships, high-paying jobs, promotion, and high praise from family and friends. To walk away from these accolades earned by doing the right thing requires exceptional determination. Accordingly, most high achievers just don't do it. And over time, they move steadily toward the middle, unwittingly diminishing their opportunities for ever making great contributions. This may explain why a disproportionately high number of people who influenced society greatly were never seen as high achievers early on. Darwin, Harrison, Einstein, Gates, Jobs, Brin, they're all dropouts after all. So my one thought for you is this: get out on the edge some of the time. Give yourself a chance to become a great contributor. Be driven by your passions. No passion yields no great achievements. It is about that simple. Be wary of society's incessant push toward the middle, toward doing the right thing all the time. Break a rule every day. The frontiers are waiting to be opened and reopened repeatedly by great ideas. We can't say where it will happen, except that it will happen at the edges. So as you sally forth from Minnesota, I wish you fair winds and following seas for the myriad opportunities that lie ahead for you that you cannot now see. Trust me on that point. Remember your alma mater now and then, too. And don't forget to call your mothers. Even more must be said for her. Congratulations to you.